Hello and welcome to Head and Shoulders, where we cover athletes' performances and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. And before we get into today's content, I'm going to say something different today. Uh, if you guys can get this video up to 50 likes, I'm going to cover a video specifically dedicated to Rai Benjamin and how, in a breakdown of how he can actually win this Tokyo Olympics before I create a video that's going to be a face-off between both of them. And then we're going to do another video that covers other events. But definitely, we're trying to get this up to 50 likes. So let's pump that like button. We're getting up to 10,000 subscribers by the end of October. So if you are not subscribed, definitely smash that subscribe button. With that being said, let's get into today's content, which is covering Karsten Warholm. And you saw the title or you saw the thumbnail. Karsten makes history. Prediction of world record proportions, of course. Yes. What I'm thinking here is two. I'm thinking of two mindsets. One is that we have a world record that happens at the Olympics, and then the other one is that we don't have a world record because there's absolutely no guarantee. And I'm going to do a breakdown of how Tokyo is, where they're having them sleep on cardboard beds. I think that's just more of a media distraction. If that is actually the case, then that is pretty dang sad. But with that being said, look, world records aren't guaranteed, but definitely both Warholm and Benjamin are in world record shape. We can say that. Warholm with a one-off race for sure, and Rai Benjamin, had he just taken out just a tad bit quicker, he would have had the world record before I think Warholm would have broken it. I think that's what would have happened. It would have went Benjamin, then Warholm with that, because he was just so close to that world record before. But with that being said, this video is about Warholm. Now, looking at the ranking list and looking at Warholm right now, if you just look at his progression of what he's gone through with his 400 hurdles, where the heck is that at? Here we go. With his 400 hurdles, he seems to be going in a pretty smooth grade progression from Rio all the way here. Almost every year, he's actually gotten a PR since he actually started recording his pro 400 hurdles right here. 52.5, 51.09, 48.49, 48.22, 47.64, and so on and so forth. But this is pretty deceptive just to look at his progression. We also have to look at something else. All right, and I'll get into that in just a second. But we see him at the World Championships. He is a two-time world champion in the 400 hurdles. That is very difficult to do, right? We had Kieran Clement that was able to do it. Obviously, the greatest hurdler of all time, Edwin Moses. They didn't have it called the World Championships. I think it was IAAF World Cup or something like that. It's been different names, but we have somebody that's been able to do that time after time, year after year. He's able to come out on top. Now, here's the thing that I want you guys to pay attention to. This man knows how to win. This man knows how to win, whether it's a 48.2 or it's a 46.92. This guy knows how to win in the 400 hurdles. Yeah, his 400 happens to be not as fast as Rai Benjamin, but hey, you know what? At the end of the day, he's got a W, a W, a W, and it keeps going over and over and over. This guy is at the top, the prime of his life, and I think he's going to be darn near impossible to beat. And here is the death nail in the coffin, right, for any of his opponents. Now, this is the ranking list, the all-time best list for the men's 400-meter hurdles, right? Now, obviously, you're going to see the greatest hurdler of all time, Edwin Moses. Just his name is going to appear in these times over and over and over. But when we're talking about the current athletes that are here, you got Warholm. He's at the top, right? You got Warholm two more times under 47 seconds, right? Benjamin, he's under twice. And then you got him at 47. But Warholm, look at these, just above 47 seconds, three more times right there. Here's another 2 times right there. How many times has he been under 47.5? And you're just seeing Warholm, Warholm, Warholm down the list. This is called consistency. This is called he knows how to run fast and win. He didn't just win fast at running under that time, right? Under 48 seconds or something like that. He's running fast and winning. And that's not what many athletes could do. They can run fast and they might get second or something like that. This guy runs fast and he takes away and wins these races. So this is what we got to consider here. This guy knows how to win. He comes into the race. He does what he needs to do. Here are his personal best, right? So 10:52 for the 100. Okay, fair. 21:09 for the 200. So he hasn't broken 21 seconds. Now it's 400. All right, that's a national record, which is 44.87. I am interested in what he can actually do this year in the 400, right? If he was able to do a 44.87, I would imagine that he can run faster than that. But the thing is, maybe he doesn't have the ability to run a 400 because you're going to run your 400 hurdles very similar to a 400, but not necessarily the same. You're not going to move in the same spots because it's hurdles in the way of that. So you can run, somebody might not be able to optimize. Another way to say this is a distance runner coming down to run a 400. It's going to be a quote unquote all out 400. Are they going to be able to move with 150 to go, 125 to go? Are they going to be able to move in the middle of the race? Right. So this isn't directly like Dalilah Muhammad either. Dalilah Muhammad knows how to run fast. She takes out, she puts the pressure on from the gun, right? But she doesn't have the exact consistency that Warholm has. At the championships, yes and no, because Dalilah Muhammad has been beaten at the championships when she has been at the prime. So she won the Rio, but then she lost London 2017. She came back to win Doha. Now, and then she's coming and recovering from injury. That's the difference between Warholm. When he won, he hasn't looked back. He won from London. He came back in Doha. He's looking like he's on top this time around too. But we're going to see with the rounds. One thing I can say here, let's look at his results from Doha right here, is that we got evidence of what he can do. 49, 48, 47. He went in a very logical order of he's knocking down about a second on each one. Let's look at London, about him going through the rounds. Right here. 49, 48, 4, 48, 3, right? You got second in his heat, second in the semifinals. And then from there, like I said, the guy doesn't know how to lose. He got a second here. Once he got on top, the guy is darn near unbeatable. He is beatable, but very near unbeatable, especially when it comes to these championships. And you see the amount of diamond leagues that he's got. And you see the amount of times on the top time list, you see he rarely comes in second or worse. It's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. He just over and over and over. And just look at how many times that he's able to run 47 low or 46. And that's where I'm giving my case that this man is, if they do a world record, if a world record is needed to win, right? In my opinion, based on his results, the statistics, because that's what we got to go off of, based on the statistics of this man and his history, including, let's look at it this way. During the COVID's lockdown, this man still managed to come through to run a 46.87 there. Several 47 low races. He had 3 of them here. And although he did have a 46 high, a 47 high and a 48 for his final race, this man was able to do a 46 during this year, doing, who knows, irregular training, and then several 47 lows. That in itself shows that he has the concentration, he has the fitness at different times of the year, and he can put it together when he needs to. If they had the Olympic Games during that time, he probably would have been near unbeatable. Once again, he would have been unbeatable at that time. Not near unbeatable, but unbeatable. He also broke the world record in the 300 hurdles. Now, twice. He already owned the world record. Then he came by to break it again. Now that shows me he has superior speed over everybody else in the 300 up to that 300 meter mark. That means if he could show his superior fitness, I'll put it like that, fitness, because for all intents and purposes, Rob Benjamin is faster than him over the flat. But up to that 300 meter mark, he has superior fitness than anybody else. So that's going to be very hard to beat up to that 300 meter hurdle mark. And then you got 100 meters to try to catch him. You're dying. He's dying. You're just hoping that he dies faster than you so that you can try to accelerate on him. But with his fitness now, this world record, and whether you say, hey, that's a one-off race, can he do something like that? If Rob Benjamin didn't go through rounds, he would have got these things. Of course, we can look at it like that, right? But they're both going through the rounds now. And based on the evidence before, this man, he could just come and do it any other way. And this was his first race of the year. Just imagine that. First race of the year. He ran the world record. That means he's fresher than everybody else in the field. He doesn't have to peak twice like Rob Benjamin does. Rob Benjamin had to peak, but he's so far ahead of everybody else. Did he have to really, quote unquote, peak? That's questionable. But yeah, he only has to peak once, and that's for the championship. So if this is not him peaking, or this is him doing his 5-week peak or so, he's in for a good race. What do you guys think? Do you agree, disagree that Karsten Warholm is going to win? And what I got to pace here is that they're going to do a 47 low, probably like a 47 1 or below, or it's going to literally be the world record. And I think Karsten Warholm has a chance of getting out on top, more than likely Rob Benjamin. Now I'm going to do a race of how Rob Benjamin breaks down if you guys get this up to 50 likes, because there's a good chance that Benjamin can actually take this. Now, there's a chance that Dos Santos, which is improving this year, can take on both of them. And if you guys want to get me to do a Dos Santos race too, get this up to 100 likes, and I'm going to do one for Rob Benjamin, Dos Santos overall, because yeah, Dos Santos is far behind them, quote unquote. I mean, a half a second is a huge amount in that 400 hurdles, but it's not like they're both untouchable, because through some rounds, if you get them some rounds and all of them have the fatigue in their legs, and Dos Santos can use a little bit more of his maximum ability, he might be able to get it if it's in a 47 range. Now, I don't think that's highly likely, but it is possible. We can't rule that out, and I like to do analysis on that. So get us up to 50 likes. I'll cover Rob Benjamin, and then also the overall 400 hurdle field, because there's just more than those two. There's enough medals to go around to get somebody else in this medal room. And then if you want me to cover this, get it up to 100 likes. We're going to cover Dos Santos from Brazil. Catch you all on the next one. Peace.